Hey guys, welcome to Mail Monday, a weekly series that's about your questions and my answers to them. Let's get started. First off, I'd like to say I love your videos. Well, thanks. Second, I'd like to say that I'm going through this problem. On Friday, me and my friend were talking and came across the subject of random boners. I told him about how I got really random ones when my sister, 1'9" and 1'10", are on my lap. And he's calling me a pedo because he said we were going to tell the whole school. I'm considering a lot of things to get out of this situation. Suicide being at the top and moving being at the lowest because I have friends that I really enjoy. Wouldn't you lose your friends with suicide too? I have asked many people for some advice, and they all answer that suicide isn't the way to go, but it's the only answer I can think of, and it would be the best choice in my situation. I'm scared to tell my mom, as it would be awkward telling her. Please, Woody, I don't care if this is on Mail Monday, but at least message me back. All right. First off, you're not a pedophile, right? Anybody who's owned a penis knows that these things go off at any time, right? If you get a boner while, I don't know, you're in the guy's locker room, that doesn't mean that you're gay. If you get a boner while you're watching a furniture commercial, that doesn't mean that you're one of those guys who suffers from object sexuality. That they fall in love with like laundry baskets and whatever. That's just not the case. No. This thing pops off at any time. Sometimes it points up, sometimes it points down. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting turned on by whatever is around you. Having said that, I bet that there is some sort of correlation, right? That there's a kid playing on your lap and the thing pops up in the air. That also doesn't mean that you're a pedophile, right? I mean, the penis responds to stimulus. That's just the deal. I was reading this Ask Me Anything on Reddit the other day about a guy who was gay for pay, right? So he's a straight guy, but for money he worked as a guy-on-guy prostitute. And somebody asked him in the Ask Me Anything, like, how did this even work? If you're not gay, then, how did you go through with this act, And he's like, look, penis responds to stimulus. That's the deal. Doesn't matter if it's a girl, if it's a guy, or whatever. The launch sequence can still be initiated. And I think that's what's happening with here, A pedophile is someone who is sexually attracted to kids, not somebody whose penis accidentally got hard because kids were playing on their lap. Whatever, right? The thing's got a mind of its own, and especially when you're younger, you don't really have this thing under full control yet. As you get older, it gets a little easier. You get a little more experience with this thing. You start being like a cowboy with a trick rope, but at your age, whatever, sometimes this thing pops up. I don't think there's a guy in the world who hasn't had to, awkwardly carry his books in front of him as he left chemistry class. That doesn't mean that he's turned on sexually by chemistry. It just means that these things are out of control. As far as what to do about this, well, first of all, you have yourself a bad friend, right? I don't think that this guy has goodness in his heart. I don't think that this guy is trying to protect your younger sisters. I think this guy's just being an ass. I think that you gave him a secret that he didn't deserve, and now all of a sudden he's, popping off and threatening to tell everybody in school. Why? Because he gets some sort of perverse pleasure out of being a dick, and that's not the sort of guy that deserves to be your friend. And, you have a toxic friend on your hand, a guy who, fades in and out of being nice and being a life-destroying ass. The second part of it, though, is, I called him life-destroying. I think that's an exaggeration. I think that this guy doesn't really have the power that you're fearing. You worry that the whole school's going to be talking about this thing? No way. First of all, every single guy is going to understand exactly what happened. Every single guy is going to be like, yeah, oh, did he get a boner at an inappropriate time? Been there, done that, bro. So I think that you can expect a higher level of understanding, and this thing will pass. Rumors come and go. I wouldn't worry about it. And by the way, this is a rumor that hasn't even spread yet. I think that you're handling it wrong. You're saying that you're talking to all these different people about it. Wow. He doesn't even have to spread it. You are. Let's find a new topic. Let's not talk to everybody about our random boners and inappropriate times. Let's bury this and move on to something else. So that's what I think you should be doing. If it does spread around the school, then just recognize that, one, no one's going to take this seriously, especially the guys, because they know the true deal. And two, rumors have a life cycle of like a few days, and then they'll move on to something else. So good luck with that. I honestly think that you're blowing it out of proportion and that there's nothing to it. Heck, right now, as you watch this, a weekend has just flowed by. I bet that, that this thing has either played out and you're halfway through it, or, it's never going to launch because time has passed. Help, Woody. I think I have an STI, aka STD. That's sexually transmitted infection, sexually transmitted disease, about the same thing. Please help. Here's my background. My dad died 2 years ago in Iraq, and I have no one else to turn to. Sorry about that. Like I said, I'm 15, I'm sexually active, but only for about a year. It helps me relieve some pressure from my dad's death. But anyway, I've had sex with 2 girls. But on Friday, I was in sex ed, and they were on the topic of STDs, and one of the symptoms was to have itchy or irritated balls. And I have to know that it's not jock itch because I've been spraying my balls for a month and I don't know what to do. Please help. I have no one else to turn to. I'm not looking for a feature on Mail Monday. I just need some help. I guess so. You've got itchy balls. Let's talk. All right. Now, I don't think you have an STD. I looked around and I tried to, I normally shy away from giving medical advice. But with regards to the STDs that we're talking about here, they're not like incredibly dangerous or deadly or anything. So if you took a week or so to try to sort it out yourself before seeing a doctor, then you'll be okay. So first of all, STDs that impact you in terms of an itchy rash type thing on your scrotum, the only one I could find was herpes. And since you didn't mention like blisters and pimples and things like that on your junk that would otherwise happen with herpes, I'm guessing you don't have it. I think it's much more likely that you have eczema or something along those lines. And the fact that it doesn't respond to like the antifungals that you've been trying already also leads to the idea that you might have eczema too. And eczema, by the way, attacks the scrotum kind of, disproportionately. It likes it there. So, I think what you want to try is like a hydrocortisone cream and a Vaseline and give that a go for a week or so and see if it doesn't clear up this problem. So I think it's unlikely that you have a sexually transmitted disease. I think you just got eczema on your balls, and that sucks, but it's something that you can work through. Now, if this doesn't fix it, right? If a hydrocortisone cream or something like that doesn't make this go away in a week or so, then I think you should see a doctor. And like I've said on Mail Monday before, I think it's totally reasonable to tell your mom, like, look, I think I had something wrong downstairs. I hope that you'll respect my privacy. It can't be all that serious, but I want to see a doctor. And I would not expect her to be checking out your junk and all that stuff. I think she'll just be like, all right, my son's got a medical issue, needs some medical care, and she'll make that happen. So anyway, yeah, it's not vibing STD to me. Go and Google image search herpes on Google image search, obviously, and take a look at the pictures there and see if you have anything that resembles that. If you do, then that stinks because there's no cure for herpes, but it's not a death sentence either. But I bet that's not what you have. I bet that you're fine and you'll push through this. So best of luck to you. Hey Woody, just a philosophical question for you. Might be a nice break from the teen drama. Do you believe that the means justify the ends? Likewise, a little evil for the greater good. I thought about this. I was like, yeah, I do. I do believe that the means can justify the ends. The thing is, typically the people who adopt this philosophy, not typically, but oftentimes, the people who say that the means justify the ends are using that as an excuse to do more than an acceptable amount of evil, right? If you have to tell a little white lie to make something good happen, then I'm okay with that. If you have to take out an evil dictator, warlord, whatever, mass murderer in an effort to make the world a little bit of a better place, then I'm okay with that. The only thing is that a lot of guys who say, well, the means justify the ends are causing a lot of evil, evil that's disproportionate to the ends that they're seeking. Or even if in the end it is slightly better than it was before, you lose the moral high ground because you've accepted way too much evil along the way. So do the means justify the ends? They can, but if somebody says that, I need you to look at them carefully because too often the evil that they accept is way beyond what's acceptable. I'm 16, I'm in the 10th grade, and my girlfriend and I have been together for 4 years. She's been telling me about how we've been dating for 4 years and it's time to take our relationship to the next level. She wants to engage in a sexual relationship. I told her this is an idea I agree with. Yeah, I bet you did. I have only one problem. My penis is small in every possible measurement. I know, weird, right? I just don't know how to tell her about this problem. We've been dating for 4 years, and I'm afraid if I don't engage in taking the relationship to the next level, she might leave me. I would not be able to live with myself if I lost her, and I love her more than anything. I just don't know how to go about telling her. Please help me. Please make this a Mail Monday and keep up the great work. Game's almost over, so I'll hit this fast. First, I'm not sure that you're actually small. If you've been looking at those 1%ers who work as male porn stars, then you might have a pretty skewed idea of what normal is. If all your friends are telling you they're between 9 and 12 inches, all your friends are liars. Second, it's her first time too. I'm assuming this because you've been together since you were 12. And I'm telling you, small's not even a bad thing for a situation like this. It might be totally desirable. And third, you're 16 years old. And like me personally, I think I was still packing on size until I was 19 or so. So it's way too early to start fretting about the size of your manlyhood. So shucks, I hate to encourage you to go for it at 16, but let's give this advice to the hypothetical 20-year-old or 25-year-old or 35-year-old or something really safe. I think you'd be in the clear. I don't think she's hoping that you're some sort of cucumber down there. I think that that she's going to see this thing and be more than pleased. That is how it's actually going to go down. So there you have it. That was this week's Mail Monday. Few more things I wanted to cover. The top video is not a regular Mail Monday. It's a Mail Monday where I did a dual comm with FPS Russia. And a lot of you guys have asked for more because you got a big kick out of the one with FPS Russia. And I have ideas on how to make it even better. I got a chance to talk to him again. And I was like, hey, the subs all want to have it again. What do you think? Are you down for it? And he said something along the lines of, I will do it as often as you think is good for your channel. But in Russian. Anyway, so it will happen again. I don't know if it can be a weekly thing, but it's definitely not the last time we'll do them again. And I have ideas on how to make it even better. I think that I'll take a more active role and give real advice to go along with his awesome advice. But the top one is Mail Monday with FPS Russia. You can check that out. I think you'll like it. The bottom one is me riding a mechanical bull. So I'm out here in Hollywood actually filming for something called Dancing with YouTube Stars, which you'll see probably in a month or so. It's going to take them a while to produce it. But I'm out here, and while I was there, we went to dinner with X-Jaws. We're not actually dating. The rumors are not true. But I rode a mechanical bull, and I put that on my channel and showed it to you guys. So I hope you liked the video, and have a good day.